Reports emerging from multiple intelligence fronts indicate that North Korea, under the shadow of both China and Russia, has finalized plans to move nuclear-capable missiles into Venezuelan territory, a revelation that has sent ripples through Washington and beyond.
올해에 들어와 얼마나 많은 분들이 혹독한 환경을 인내하며 분투해 왔습니까?
I've held on to this report for nearly 2 weeks, waiting for credible confirmation, and now signals from within regional defense circles suggest the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is quietly transforming Venezuela into a porcupine fortress designed to deter any possible US invasion. Beyond the shipment of classified drones, Pyongyang is believed to have deployed a contingent of elite special forces to train Nicolas Maduro's army in the handling of tactical nuclear payloads and advanced missile systems. This partnership reportedly mirrors the kind of militarized alliance NATO built with Ukraine, a counterweight to Washington's regional dominance. An alleged manifest detailing North Korean equipment already shipped into the Caribbean surfaced on a secretive digital platform listing state-of-the-art drones, missile modules, infrared goggles, and nuclear-grade components. While Caracas has yet to release an official statement, the timing has raised eyebrows, especially after President Maduro, days following the reported arrivals, appeared on national television striking an unusually defiant tone toward the United States, a posture analysts interpret as a show of confidence in new deterrent capabilities, suggesting that Trump's military would face unprecedented resistance should it ever decide to act. North Korea's government rarely issues statements about its overseas military activities, yet a related communique was intercepted in which Defense Minister No Kwang-chol warned of offensive actions in response to what he described as Washington's provocations. The statement came as the US and South Korea condemned Pyongyang's latest ballistic missile launch. Barely a week after President Donald Trump expressed interest in meeting Kim Jong-un during his regional tour, Pyongyang declined the offer. The defense minister accused Washington of becoming brazen in its military maneuvers to threaten the security of North Korea and its allies in South America, an unmistakable nod toward Venezuela, asserting that the United States was intentionally escalating political and military tension across the region, promising that the DPRK would show more offensive action against enemy threats, according to reports carried by the Korean Central News Agency. The relationship between Pyongyang and Caracas is not a recent invention. It runs deep through decades of anti-imperialist struggle and mutual defiance. Understanding its roots helps explain why North Korea would risk confrontation to defend its most loyal South American ally. Before I dive deeper into this layered history, remember to like and share this video to help us beat YouTube's ever-tightening algorithm on stories like this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It keeps this platform alive and sustains independent journalism. Now let's revisit how this Brotherhood of Resistance first began.
Sabemos que la CIA, está allí presente no solamente en Venezuela, sino en todas partes del mundo donde no haya embajada. Donde haya una embajada, mejor dicho, de los Estados Unidos, allá estará operando la CIA. Así que desde aquí nosotros con humildad decimos todas las acciones que estamos haciendo es, repito, para alcanzar un punto óptimo para evitar y contrarrestar la amenaza militar desplegada en el Caribe, grosera amenaza militar contra la región y además para proteger internamente de cualquier acto de desestabilización al país. Y lo vamos a hacer con mucha fuerza.
It started with a firebrand named Elias Manuit Camero, a Venezuelan revolutionary barely in his 20s who led the armed forces of national liberation, the FALN, against what he saw as a Washington-controlled government. Venezuela's oil wealth was flowing north like a captured river, but Manuit envisioned reclaiming it for his people. Desperate for weapons to arm his guerrillas, he reached out to a distant ideological kin, North Korea, under Kim Il-sung, a man molded by wars and occupations. In 1967, Manuit slipped quietly across the Pacific and arrived in Pyongyang. There, amid walls adorned with revolutionary murals, he met the eternal president himself. Kim saw in Manuit a mirror of his own revolutionary past and pledged 200 rifles. The weapons were routed clandestinely through Fidel Castro's Cuba, forming a triangular pipeline of socialist solidarity across oceans. Those rifles didn't just arm rebels, they planted the seeds of a geopolitical brotherhood that would later mature into intelligence exchanges, covert training, and military collaboration. In 1968, the alliance was tested when the Venezuelan Navy, tipped by U.S. intelligence, intercepted the trawler Alacrine. Loaded with radar equipment and allegedly carrying North Korean instructors, Kim Il-sung thundered across the airwaves, calling it Yankee piracy on socialist seas, his defiance echoing across the Cold War divide. The alliance persisted in silence, weathering coups, sanctions, and oil crises. By 2019, as Venezuela collapsed under economic strain, with Juan Guaidó backed by Washington as interim president, Maduro sent his strongman Diosdado Cabello to Pyongyang under the radar. Cabello, a hardline PSUV boss and former militia commander, met Kim Jong-un behind closed doors. Joined by Kim's sister and strategist Kim Yo-jong, over 4 tense days, they inked cyber defense accords and urban combat doctrines, blending North Korean discipline with Chavista tactics. The Bolivarian flame and the Juche torch burn as one, Kim declared as test missiles illuminated Pyongyang's skies. By 2021, under mounting UN scrutiny, Venezuelan diplomats denied any such cooperation. Yet Russian Sukhois patrolled their skies while Iranian oil tankers slipped past U.S. blockades, weaving North Korea into a multipolar network led by Moscow. By 2024, amid Maduro's disputed re-election and nationwide protests led by opposition figure Maria Corina Machado, Pyongyang again voiced solidarity, warning that any assault on Caracas would draw responses across the Pacific. Behind the scenes, intelligence leaks hinted at North Korean technology embedded in Russian weapons rerouted to Venezuela's Orinoco Basin, a web of defiance tightening with every sanction. Now, as American carriers patrol the Caribbean, Venezuelan commanders are reportedly implementing hybrid warfare doctrines modeled after Pyongyang's drones, cyber disruptions, and asymmetric countermeasures. The Maduro-Kim partnership stands not as spectacle but as survival, born from shared siege and sustained through shadow diplomacy. From Manuit's smuggled rifles to today's rumored nuclear shipments, this alliance tells a story of persistence, rebellion, and defiance under the world's watchful eyes. Thank you for staying with me till this part of the report. Keep supporting independent voices like this by subscribing and sharing widely to help us stay visible against censorship algorithms. And as always, God bless you for standing by truth and free journalism.